27 as the Minnesota Timberwolves and Orlando Magic joined the league. But one of the biggest changes came from the coaching side, as the Chicago Bulls hired an unproven coach who looked like a hippie and used sage during practices, but would end up retiring with more rings than fingers. NBC and TNT became new broadcasters.
Unsullied by sponsorship since
1989.
The 1989-90 season was historical due to the first influx of international players who would all end up in the Hall of Fame. Vlade Divac, Drazen Petrovic, Sarunas Marciulionis, and Alexander Volkov. However, the first pick of the '89 draft was one of the biggest busts of all time.
The Sacramento Kings select Purvis Ellison from the University of Louisville.
But it wasn't all bad, as Sean Kemp, Glenn Rice, and Tim Hardaway also got drafted. And yet, the biggest addition to any team was the one of David Robinson, who was the first overall pick in 1987, but decided to stay in the Navy for 2 years. With the Admiral in the lineup, the Spurs improved by 35 games, which was the biggest turnaround in NBA history at the time, and Robinson became just the second newcomer who won Rookie of the Year unanimously. Jordan led the league in scoring for the 4th consecutive season, but in one of the closest MVP ballots ever, where 4 different players had a realistic chance to win, MJ finished 3rd in MVP voting, behind Charles Barkley and Magic Johnson, who won his 3rd MVP award. Dennis Rodman won his first Defensive Player of the Year, even though he averaged less than 1 steal and block per game, while Hakeem somehow finished 2nd, despite averaging 2.1 steals and a league-leading 4.6 rejections. Olajuwon also notched a quadruple-double during the season, becoming only the 3rd player in NBA history to do so. In the All-Star game, East dominated the West, but Magic took home the MVP, and it was only the 3rd time in history a player on a losing team won the All-Star MVP. In the dunk contest, Dominique Wilkins defeated Kenny Smith, whose knees weren't as crooked yet.